What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. Well, actually, this isn't Machiavelli Mills TV. This is my side channel, Mills Side Quest, my B channel, right? The main channel is Machiavelli Mills. Unfortunately, right now, I cannot make any content on their channel because my channel received a strike yesterday. So I'm banned from creating any content on that channel for a week span. It's all good. I made this side channel to combat things like that, but also because I needed another channel to get other thoughts out and for other type of vlogs, etc. So here we are, right? Tracy McGrady. Tracy McGrady lit the world on fire some days ago when he talked about LeBron James' comments about ring culture, right? I got into LeBron James' comments in a live stream on my main channel, Machiavelli Mills, right? And basically LeBron talked about ring culture. Is it toxic within basketball conversations, right? Like, are you not respected as a great, all-time great hooper if you don't have any rings, so on and so forth, and all of that? That led to discussions across many other platforms, broadcasting platforms like ESPN First Take, all these other different podcasts, all of that. People started talking about LeBron's comments. So Tracy McGrady, Hall of Famer Tracy McGrady, he gave his thoughts about the entire conversation. Gilbert Arenas gave his thoughts about LeBron James' conversations about ring culture, all of that. And so in the midst of the conversation, Tracy McGrady basically says, you know, he didn't play with the Shaquille O'Neal. If he would have played with a Shaquille O'Neal, he would have championships as well, at least one. I don't know if he said at least one, but basically he was saying he would have won a championship too if he would have played with a dominant force like Shaquille O'Neal. I'm paraphrasing, but that's what he got to, right? There's so many words. If you would have replaced him with a Kobe Bryant on those Lakers teams, if you would have replaced Kobe Bryant with Tracy McGrady, the Lakers, they would have still won, right? A lot of Kobe fanatics and Kobe's biggest fans and Kobe stans got upset with Tracy McGrady for saying that, right? They called T-Mac disrespectful. They basically was like, yo, he's jealous of Kobe. How could you be his friend when you're disrespecting him? I don't think this was about disrespecting Kobe being Bryant. I think this is Tracy McGrady realizing that he underachieved in his career. And, you know, what's funny is that now a lot of the Kobe fanatics, like, they used to defend Tracy McGrady a lot. Now they're saying the same things that I've been saying about Tracy McGrady for years. For years. I say it on my main channel all the time. Tracy McGrady is one of the most overrated players, especially in the hood, that I've ever seen. And it's all, people always base it upon Kobe Bean Bryant's vouching. Basically he was vouching for Tracy McGrady's greatness. They always pull this quote from Kobe saying that basically Tracy McGrady could go par for par, basically go, you know, back and forth with him. Tracy McGrady was like a guy who rivaled him in his career. I'm paraphrasing it, so I don't know exactly what Kobe said, but all the Kobe fanatics, they know exactly the quote that Kobe said. The big Kobe fans. Right? And so people would cling to that. When I would say things like, yo, Mac never is great. Mac was a great scorer. One of the best scorers I had ever seen within my time watching NBA basketball. My time watching NBA basketball seriously was from the year 2000, the beginning of the Lakers three-peat, the very first year when they played Indiana, all the way until now. That's where my basketball acumen and me watching basketball, that's where it starts. The year 2000, right? From that time on, Tracy McGrady was one of the best scorers I'd ever seen in my life. But, and I had a Tracy McGrady Houston Rocket jersey. I used to play with the Houston Rockets on NBA Live, and I used to play with Orlando when Tracy McGrady was on the Magic and all of that. But as an astute basketball fan, I always told y'all, Mac didn't do anything else great besides score. He wasn't a great leader. He wasn't an elite defender. And his scoring never amounted to real winning basketball. Seriously, he never won a playoff series. That's terrible. That is horrible. Now, he scored a lot of buckets, but to never win a playoff series is crazy, right? But the Kobe Bryant fanatics would always say he's listen, man, he's one of the best to ever play. Tracy McGrady, he was the closest to Kobe because Kobe told them that shit. And I told y'all, it's easy for a player to compliment another player when they've been busting their ass for many years, when they've been beating them. Now, again, Kobe wasn't just killing Tracy McGrady. Tracy McGrady was scoring back, and he was putting up his own numbers. But Kobe's teams was always beating the Orlando Magic all the time for the most part, right? And in my memory, in my head. Now, I could be wrong about the head-to-head matchup numbers, but I believe Kobe's teams was always beating Orlando, right? And so it's easy to compliment guys when you've been beating them, you know? But a lot of the Kobe fanatics, they let Kobe's praise of Tracy McGrady go to their head to where they would say, I respect Tracy McGrady more than LeBron. At least he didn't try to team up to win championships. Tracy McGrady's and I love Mac I loved him as a player. You're not finna give him more respect than LeBron James. LeBron James winning a playoff series. LeBron James not losing a 3-1 lead that Tracy McGrady lost when he was in Orlando. I watched that shit. I watched that series. They was up 3-1 against the Detroit Pistons the year before the Pistons won a championship too. Not the year they beat the Lakers. Rasheed Wallace wasn't even on that team. They lost a 3-1 lead. They lost 3 games in a row with Tracy McGrady leading the charge. Some of y'all gonna say, well, Detroit was the better team. What is my number one rule when y'all always say this shit? It don't matter who's better on paper. Once you get 3 wins already, you gotta win the series. Close it out, brother. You already didn't show them you can beat them 3 times already. Close the series out. Mac failed to do that. That's not happening to a young LeBron James. It's not. Young LeBron James is not. He wouldn't. Excuse me. A young LeBron James is getting out of the first round with Yao Ming as second in command with him. Tracy McGrady couldn't get out of the first round with Yao Ming as second in command. And everybody always say, hey, he was hurt. It was years they were healthy. And he still couldn't get out the first round. It was years they were healthy together. And Max still couldn't lead the charge to get them out of the first round, right? And when I would say things like this, the Kobe fans would always push back against me. Man, T-Mac, because LeBron is my favorite player. He better than LeBron James. You a LeBron James lover. He couldn't hold a candle to T-Mac. You know, LeBron was never the player. He was never the dog and real assassin that Tracy McGrady was. And I always tell them this. I used to say shit like this. Name me Tracy McGrady's biggest playoff victory. I mean, not victory. Name me his best playoff moment. Nobody could ever do it because he has none. He has none. His best moments was going up 3-1 and then losing the series. But anyway, it's not even really about me clowning McGrady. Is he really not jealous of Kobe? I just think he feels insecure about the fact that he underachieved. You know, I really think he had a lot of love for Kobe Bryant, a lot of respect for Kobe, but he realizes he left a lot on the table. He didn't do what many thought he was supposed to do. I tell y'all, he wasn't better than his cousin Vince Carter. At least Vince was getting out of the first round. And I know a lot of y'all LeBron haters, because y'all always say LeBron was so dominant in the East because the East was weak. Y'all don't say that shit when it come to Allen Iverson and Vince Carter and them. LeBron was in there beating it. He was getting to the finals when Allen Iverson was still over there. No, shit. When did he go to Denver? Yeah, Allen Iverson was still. Yeah, he's still in Philly. Was he still in Philly when LeBron was in the finals in 07? I think so. Yeah. You know, Vince and them still in the East. All of that is only a problem when LeBron went in the East. The East wasn't weak before then, you know. But anyway. So funny. But everybody like, oh, the East was weak, and all that. No, man. And as a matter of fact, if the East was so weak, why wasn't Mac and them getting out the first round? But anyway, I done lost my damn train of thought. Golly. But yeah, man, I always tell people, Mac, he wasn't what y'all thought he was. Great scorer. But that's where it stops. But he realized he underachieved. And Vince Carter was winning playoffs. That's what I was getting to. Vince Carter was the one where he was winning playoff series in the Eastern Conference. He was winning them. Mac wasn't winning the playoff series. I'm not saying his team in Orlando was good enough to win a championship. No. But he at least should have been getting out of the first round. Okay? Especially when I seen LeBron James get out the first round with what he got out the first round with that team in 07. All right? The team in 06 against the Washington Wizards. You know? But it's not him. I don't think he's jealous of Tracy McGrady at all. At all. I just think he feels a way about his career, and so he's trying to justify why he didn't do more. I didn't play with the most dominant player in the game that we ever seen. Shaquille O'Neal was the most dominant basketball player we have ever seen. The most physically dominating basketball player we have ever seen. I don't give a fuck. A lot of Kobe Bryant fans try to diminish Shaq. Well, he was getting in foul trouble. They try to do that because they don't like that people bring up the fact that Shaquille O'Neal was the best player in those teams, those first 3 seasons. And it's not even close. It's not. Kobe was a great player. Great player. Especially that first championship they won in 2000, Kobe averaged 15 a game. No. But 01 and 02, Kobe was a great player. But he wasn't Shaquille O'Neal. And a lot of Kobe fanatics don't like when you say that. They don't like when you say Diesel was the best player on them teams and he was the driving force for real. Kobe was a weapon, certified weapon, but Big Diesel was the man. They don't like when you say that, so they try to diminish Kobe. They try to diminish Shaq in some way. I don't give a fuck. We call Shaq the most dominating player we've ever seen in basketball because we saw that shit in real time. There was nothing you could do to stop Shaquille O'Neal but to pray. To pray and hard foul him and send him to the line. Sending him to the line was the best way to try to stop or contain him. That's all you could do. Pray and wish upon a goddamn star. That's how dominant Shaq was. Yo, he was playing against weak centers. He was fucking every center up. That name wasn't, if your name wasn't Hakeem Olajuwon, he was fucking you up. And that was a young Shaq in Orlando going up against Hakeem. Prime Shaq, nothing you could do with him. Nothing. You feel me? But anyway, yeah. So I think Tracy is just, he's saying if I would have played with that guy, I would have won as a way to feel better about his career and feel better about not winning and doing certain things people expected him to do. Okay? I don't think it has anything to do with hating Kobe Bryant. A lot of Kobe fans are just very, very emotional about being. And so, you know, so much so that if you say anything, they just ready to slaughter you. Now, I get it, though, in this instance. Because Mac, again, Tracy McGrady underachieved a lot. So I get it in this instance. But these are the same fans who were praising Tracy McGrady to no end and singing his praises and even putting him above LeBron James and saying how much they respect him more than LeBron and trashing LeBron James in favor of him and talking about how Kobe, because Kobe gushed about T-Mac, they were putting him in the same categories as Kobe, right? But now, since he said that, now it's fuck Tracy McGrady now. Now Tracy ain't shit. Now they're saying the same things I'm saying. How fucking ironic. How rich. I told y'all how to get down. A lot of these Kobe fanatics, they're going to get mad at me. I don't give a damn. You know, because now you can't, and again, in this instance, I understand because Mac wasn't close to Kobe as far as an overall player. He wasn't. He was a great player. Terrific scorer, amazing scorer, but he wasn't close to Kobe as an overall player. And I tell people this all the time, right? They were disagreeing with me until the Kobe fanatics were disagreeing with me. And even singing Tracy McGrady's praises over LeBron's praises until now. I wonder now. Because now he basically said, you can interchange me and your boy and I still win championships, and they don't like that now. But you know, Kobe's fan base, they're very, very sensitive towards him. You can't say anything bad about Kobe, even if it's the truth. You can't talk about how he treated Smush Parker. You can't talk about how he snitched on Shaq and caused the Lakers dynasty to break apart because he went to Jerry Buss and told Jerry Buss, either he goes or I go. Both of us can't be here. Now, Jerry Buss did right by choosing the younger the 6 years, the Kobe Bryant that was 6 years younger than Shaq, the Kobe Bryant who was just entering his prime. He did right by keeping Kobe on the team, but Kobe went to the team and said we can't coexist. Because he knew Shaq wanted to kick his ass, because he told on Shaq's infidelities. When Kobe got in trouble in Colorado, he went into the interrogation room and told the police, I should have paid the girl like Shaq be doing. And they released Kobe snitching on Shaq when he got in trouble, blowing up another man's spot because he got hot. And they released that to the public. Shaq found out and wanted to take Kobe's head off his shoulders. Nobody talk about that. Nobody talk about Kobe. You talk about Kobe losing a 3-1 lead to Phoenix. They make all excuses in the world for him. Well, he was doing that to prove a point. The fuck? Who, we give him a pass? Oh, because he did it on purpose? What the hell? Boy, if you said some shit like that about LeBron James, Kobe Bryant fanatics would call LeBron every type of coward and loser in the book. They don't want to talk about that shit with Kobe, though. When I talk about Kobe, in Game 6 of the 2008 NBA Finals against the Boston Celtics, Kobe only took 3 shots in the second half, and the Lakers got blown off the court. They don't bring that up. How you just quit shooting. You just stopped shooting. You know, so a lot of them are super emotional and super, they're super fanned out. They don't want to tell the truth about Kobe. Anytime you tell the truth about Kobe, even when it's bad, they only want you to say good things about Kobe, nothing bad. But, Mac ain't jealous of Kobe.